If you are an entrepreneur and watching this video, then you probably understand exactly what the title of this video means. And as you can probably tell, I'm making this video very sort of off the cuff. I'm not at my desk, I'm in the lounge, and I'm currently having a chat with a friend of mine on Facebook, and he's not having a crisis of confidence, I would say, regarding his business. He's just perhaps getting a little bit overwhelmed with everything that he has to do. And he messaged me saying, I need to learn accountancy. And I sort of sat and went, no, you don't need to learn accountancy at all. Your business is not accountancy. You don't need to know accountancy. This just screamed typical entrepreneur behaviour. I've done it in the past. I know Matt's done it in the past. And we are huge advocates now for being the total opposite of that. And what this boils down to is basically superhero syndrome. When you are running a business, when you are an entrepreneur, you get so caught up in running your little baby of an idea that you genuinely think that you are the only person who can do this job as good as it needs to be done. There's also that trust factor as well. You don't want to trust anyone else with this part of the business. And I totally understand it, but it's a very harmful mindset to be in. Ultimately, you need to let things go. You need to realize that what is the best use of your time and what do you do better than anyone else can do. And I guarantee that isn't everything within your business. For an example, accountancy. I am not an accountant. I'm not very good with maths. It's never been a strong point. So as soon as we could, we brought an accountancy firm on board, and every year they file the company's tax returns and all the legal stuff, because it would be a mess if I did it. It would stress me out. It might be wrong. And I know that if we pass it on to the experts, they will do it. And it's worth paying them because it's what they do for a living. You wouldn't hire the hairdresser to wallpaper your house, would you? You'd go to a decorator. There's a reason why these people have their expertise in certain fields. And chances are that you, as an entrepreneur, you're really good at one thing, or you're really interested in one thing. That could be the business development side of the business, going out and looking for new opportunities and expanding the business. Or you might be more operational. You might want to be more on hand with the developers and talking about how the software works, or what other pieces of software could we bring in to make workflows better. That's fine. The point is that as an entrepreneur, you're not. Yes, I know. In the early days, you have to do everything. You have to. But it's not like that forever. You only do that because you have to do it. It's not the ideal situation. Trust me, if you had £1 million sat there and you want to start a business, you wouldn't be running the social media accounts and ringing up new suppliers or whatever else. You'd hire a team of people to go and do that for you, whose expertise were within each field. And this is the point right now, is I asked my friend the question. I said, well, where do you see your business in 6 months' time, by June 2017? What numbers are you doing and how many staff have you got? And his first question was, well, I see the business having a reach of a few thousand in audience, but as for the staff, it's just me and the developers. I said, well, when I had a few thousand, an audience of a few thousand, I had 2 members of staff instead of just me and my business partner. And without them, we probably wouldn't have even got there as quickly as we did. So I will be doing another video on time hacking and the importance of staff in a business. But ultimately, the point is, take the cape off. You are not Superman. But instead, you need to think smart, think long term, and what is the best use of your time as an entrepreneur? What can you do better than anyone else could do, and be realistic about what other people could do better than what you are currently doing? Because if you're stretching yourself too thinly through the business, you might be touching all the different aspects, but chances are you're not doing any of them to the best of their potential. So this was a really quick video, guys. It came off the back of a conversation I've been having with a friend of mine, and I really wanted to make this point. I felt it was too good to not share with you. I understand totally, I've been there. You have superhero syndrome, you think you can do everything to the best of its ability. The reality is you can't, and it's not the best use of your time. As an entrepreneur, you should be looking at growing your business, not managing the social media account for your business, or not, doing updating the website sort of stuff. That's not the best use of your time. You should be growing the business and doing what you enjoy. I hope that you found this video helpful in any way. If you have any questions about anything that I've said, please let me know in the comments section below. I'd love to try and help you. This is a really common thing which comes up time and time again. How do you manage your time as an entrepreneur, and ultimately realizing that in the early days you have to do everything, but as soon as you get some money coming in and you can offload some of that workload to an expert, or at least someone who's slightly more expert than you, then do it. And never be scared to hire people better than what you are for a particular role. That is the ultimate dream, is to hire people who can do things that you can't do. I hope you found this useful. If you have, please leave a like rating, subscribe if you are new, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.